Good evening. I'd like to go ahead and call to order the, oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind, the June 11th, 2025 Open Space Conservation Meeting. I'd like to go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, anybody from the public? Hearing no. Okay, we have applications for permits. Town of Rocky Hill, care of Raymond Carpentino, Town Manager, proposal to construct 841 linear feet of sidewalk, replace pond outlet structure, replacement of a 30-inch culvert, and associated outfall maintenance located on the east side of Hayes Road, 775 feet south of Westerly Terrace and Hayes Pond, AKA parcel ID number 08-184.
Chairman or Chairperson?
Yes, you will be, yes.
Because I flagged the wetlands.
Yep.
But I'm here to answer any questions.
Okay. Yes, Commissioner Stevens will be recusing himself, and voting in his place will be Commissioner Beatty. Okay, thank you.
All right, good evening. For the record, Steve Soplack, Town of Rocky Hill Engineering Department. I think you introduced the project here. This is a host of items: construct a sidewalk, replace some rotting pipe, maintenance of an outfall, and the outlet structure in the pond. And I don't think I can point on this thing. Can I? No. No, there's like no cursor. So, in front of you, everybody have their monitors up, you can see?
Yes.
All right, so this is an aerial view of Hayes Road to the east, to the right-hand side. That's the southerly portion. You see number 308 Hayes. It's hard to see, but there's a sidewalk there. The black line is on it. That's where the sidewalk terminates. And on the left-hand side, that's going to be, oh, there's the cursor. How do I do that? Ray, do I have power to that or no? No? Okay. And to the left side, you see the pond, the intersection. That's the other section of sidewalk. And if we make this 800 some odd foot connection, we have a loop that'll continually go out to Route 3 to the school, West Hill School, and back around. So it makes a nice walking loop. So I will get into each one of these items separately. As we said, Mr. Stevens did the flagging for us, and the engineering department did all the survey to locate the flag and draw up the plan. So first item is the sidewalk. As I said, we want to close the gaps. That's one of the missions of our town council, is to sidewalks, pedestrian friendly, and fill gaps. This is one large gap, 841 feet. The sidewalk would be connecting those two dead ends, and we'd replace the existing ADA ramp with a new ramp, which is now called ProAg. Last year, I believe it was, we changed specifications. So over the last 10 years, we've been replacing ramps, and now they tell us they're no good. We have to, do a new model. So that would be the first one we're doing here, probably in town. About 300 feet of this walk is going to be along the pond. The pond is 15 and 20 feet off the road. We're going to keep the sidewalk as close to the curb as we can, but we still need to allow for snow shelf. Let me go to the next sheet here. So, top half is the southerly portion, bottom half is the northerly portion where the pond is, and we'll be connecting in. On the top half, you can see a black and white dotted line that depicts a pipe. Right now, the drainage dumps into a channel which runs south to north, goes under a access way for the farm on that side under a, I believe it's a corrugated metal pipe, 18-inch corrugated metal pipe, and then it comes back out and then discharges into a area. It's not, there's no kind of outlet protection there. We propose a pipe that fill in that swale and put the sidewalk there. There's also some sanitary sewer on that side, so we got to weasel around the manholes. We will provide new outlet protection at that location, and then the sidewalk would continue down, and that's where we get close to the pond. We'll, like we said, we'll probably keep it 3 feet off the curb, and then when we get to the corner, we have utilities, so we're gonna have to, again, jig and jog to get through there. Silt fence will be installed the whole way, wattles if needed, whatever we need for erosion control. That's item 1. Item 2, while we were performing the survey, there's a 30-inch corrugated metal pipe. And that's on the bottom half of this plan. You can see an outlet. And we went to locate a wetland flag and went to locate the outfall for our survey. I stood on it and it felt kind of mushy. I looked down and half the pipe was gone. So we need to replace a portion of that pipe to, right now it's just dumping into the pond. We propose a little riprap splash pad. We'll have to remove some trees, and actually most of the trees in there are failing or dead. That's item number 2. Item number 3 on the bottom half, in the middle portion there, you see another, what looks like a splash pad. There's an outfall for an 18-inch pipe, and we couldn't find it. It's covered with silt and leaves and debris, prickers. So we need to open that up for it to operate properly. That's the 3rd item. And the 4th item is, let's go through here, that's some details. The outlet structure in Hayes Pond. This was constructed in 1973. You can see it was maple block. What we're proposing is basically a remove and replace with the same plumbing. There's a 12-inch orifice. There's a detail here, a 12-inch orifice into the structure, and it ties into, I believe it's a 30-inch pipe going out. As you can see here, it's crumbling, failing, there's cracks. It's not holding the level of the pond, which is not desirable. So here's a little plan. We have 2 feet of freeboard from the grate to the orifice, which is, I don't even think you can see it here, it's gone. And then the sidewalk is about elevation 95. The top of grate, I think, was 93 and a half. So you have another couple feet to the sidewalk. And I do have some, these were the original design. We're showing basically the exact same design. It was shown on this plan for the subdivision in 1973. And I thought I had some pictures, but they seem to have disappeared. They didn't make it in. All right, I thought I had pictures of the surroundings there. So with that, I'm open for questions. I know I went through quick. Usually when we build sidewalks, there's not much of a plan. We say go, and we go 5 feet off the gutter.
Yep. Commissioner B?
Yeah, just one sidewalk question. I see the sidewalk's going to go in front of, or actually where the tractors go back and forth into the field.
Yep.
What's special accommodations going to have? Is it a different sidewalk
Yes.
in that area?
Yeah, we usually do a 5-inch thick walk on a 12-inch base. This will be an 8-inch reinforced, steel reinforced on a 9-inch base. So you still have the same depth of material, but for the driveways, we'll call it, we go thicker concrete reinforced.
Thank you, that's good.
Commissioner Brown?
No questions.
Okay. Vice Chair Kurtz?
Oh, hi. Just curious, what's the sequence?
Microphone.
What is the sequence you're going to do?
So the sidewalk will need to go to bid, and it's in the CIP. Right now is probably not the best time to bid work. We have one out now. We had 2 people show up for a site walk today because these contractors, you got to bid early. So it'll probably be next spring for the sidewalk.
Okay.
And the pond, hopefully, this sounds terrible, but hopefully we don't have a ton of rain. Over the summer, the pond will drain down somewhat, and we'll have to create a cofferdam, probably with sandbags. And, that should hopefully happen in August, we'll see.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's all for now.
As for the maintenance parts of the pipes, it's gonna be whenever we can fit it in with our crews. We're gonna do that in-house.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Dave. It's been a while. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
been a tired, long day.
Steve, have any drainage calcs been run out here?
No,
Okay, so you're
we're just kinda
limit-
replacing what was there.
Replacing kind,
Yeah.
hope it didn't jump up too much with the new intensities from
No,
2014?
Like I said, we didn't run any calcs. We can. We have limited space out there. I've never seen water in that swale.
Okay, no, I'm
Yeah.
fine, I just wanted to check on that. You said you stepped on the 30-inch and that fell through. What shape's the 36-inch that you're tying into with the outlet structure?
That looked good.
That look
You know,
good?
that's all, from what we can see, it's encased in concrete now, so we might have to take out a section or somehow to get another section. When we break it up, who knows what's gonna happen?
Okay, yeah, that was
Yeah.
gonna be the next question. You anticipating any 36-inch CMP needed when you put in the new structure?
Maybe.
Okay. Your details for the outlet, can you just check those elevations on there? They're all over the place on your detail sheet there.
All right, we'll have to check with our surveyor too. Where's my detail? Were they all over? Let's see.
I'm just seeing up on the section AA, you're showing 115 for your 12-inch orifice.
Oh, yeah,
And down on the cross-section, you're showing, that's.
Oh, yeah, I see
obviously
what
a
you're saying,
typo.
yeah.
It's 9175.
could have been a typo.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
With your outlet structure, you're using the sandbag, so in case if you do get a storm, you can pull the sandbag
Yeah.
and let it flow?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, otherwise sheet piling, we'd have to come in with sheet piling, and that's a big expense.
yep, I agree with the way to approach that. With your 18, you're calling out a flared end section. With your 30-inch and then the 18-inch that you're looking for, are you going to be putting in flared end sections on those before the splash pads? Or are you going to just put pipe?
No, I think we can go, because we're showing the splash pad, I think we'll go flared ends, yes.
Okay. And then up on the top there, where your new 18-inch discharges?
Yep.
There's another pipe running in there?
There is.
Is that exposed, and you can see the end of it? Or
Yeah.
is that buried also
Yeah, so
like
we
the other
want
one?
to just clean that up, rip wrap it, you know.
Okay. Is there a flared end section on that one?
Yeah, and there's all kinds of roots exposed, and, it's not in good condition.
Okay. So you'll replace that then if it's,
Well, I don't think that, no, the flared end's good, but everything around it's washed out,
Gotcha.
roots and all that
Okay.
kind of stuff, so it just needs to be cleaned up.
okay. I'm all set then. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Kaplan?
Have you checked to make sure this isn't NDDB habitat? Because I know there's a lot of birds and migratory animals that use this pond.
We did not know.
I would, because
We
you
can look,
would
yep,
have to get the
NDDB.
approval. You might have a time of year restriction. I would check that to make sure you do due diligence. I didn't check, so. I think you answered this question, but in terms of the increased impervious that you're adding from the sidewalk, the existing swales and storm, it's not going to cause any flooding or any additional
No, it shouldn't.
onto the roads or
It
anything
should,
like
no,
that?
like I
Okay.
said, we didn't run any comps there. I know of no issues there. 25 years, I've never had an issue on that road with flooding.
No, I know, I just,
Yeah, and
with the
a-
increased impervious, if it's not designed.
No, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? To
And actually-
direct the flow to the catch basins or whatever, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, okay. So you may want to just look at that. I wanted to understand a little bit more about the work that's actually happening in the pond. You are actually going to be physically excavating, dredging, doing work in the pond below the ordinary high water line, like
Mm-hmm.
so you're gonna need approval from the Army Corps for that as well, just so you know. Anytime you're
No.
below the ordinary high water line of water, waters of the
Our
US.
closest activity is the outlet structure, and that's a couple feet from the pond. We're not in the pond.
You're not, that was my question.
if you
'cause
look
it
at the
looks like
photograph-
I mean,
below
it's-
the wetland line here and in the.
I mean, the water gets to it, obviously.
I mean,
You can see,
what did you flag? Did you flag the just a wetland line, or did you flag like
went to
ordinary
the
high water line?
Flag any ordinary high water.
Yeah. I mean, if we had to do that every time we needed to do maintenance on a structure, nothing would ever get done if we had to go to Army
Fortunately,
Corps.
that's the law.
Yeah, I mean, this is,
I mean.
and if this fails, and I'm waiting for the Army Corps for 3 years, no.
Oh, no. It'd be an
Yeah.
SV. It'd be like a form you'd fill out, and it's like 2
so-
weeks. Yeah, no, I would do it.
No.
If you have, because you're in water here with this pipe. And did you guys look at, and I think you answered this question too, you don't need to resize the culvert or anything like
No.
that? Okay, all right. And then in this picture here, I see that there's like a big crack in this side head wall here.
It's all coming out. It's gonna be
How is
precast
it all
structure.
gonna be put back? Like,
It's gonna be a precast structure.
oh, good, okay, all right. And you said sandbags will be used to protect?
Yep.
Okay.
To, yeah, create a cofferdam.
Nothing, you're not gonna need to put like mats or get in the lake side or anything like that to get on that side. They could do it from the land
Oh, yeah,
side.
yeah, we're gonna have to do it, because it's not exactly flat right there, it drops off. So, yeah, to get a machine in, I don't think they'd be able, they could if they had to.
Be from the
Yeah, I
road,
think we'll be
yeah.
digging
I would
from the
I would
roadside.
confirm that you don't need to put anything
Yeah,
in, because
no.
if you do, again, that's, needs to be permitted with the Army Corps. Yeah, I mean, what else did I want to say? I think you answered most of my questions. Yep, that was all I got.
Okay. Commissioner David?
Hey, Steve.
How are you?
Hey. Did you say that there would be tree removal on Hayes Road? Or-
So, when we do the pipe at that, what was it, 30-inch corrugated metal, we have to get in, so you can see on this plan here, shows some tree removal, yes. There is as I said, when I was in there locating the flags, there's all kinds of widow makers. I mean, you look up and these things are hanging on another dead tree, one dead tree on another. It's not, they're not healthy.
After the construction period, what's the plan? Are you going to leave it as open space or
Well-
plant new things?
Well, this is a town, this parcel's town-owned. I'm not gonna plant anything over the pipe, because we don't want roots. It's corrugated metal. And we don't want anything over any pipe, but especially something like that can be punctured. So that's gonna have to remain open,
Okay,
so.
thank you.
Is there, I know we asked you to do plantings on the last project, that didn't go over too well, but I don't know if there is any opportunity to do any along between the, it looks like there's a slope, but along the lake and the sidewalk.
The best thing would be to probably go in with an arborist and find which trees are salvageable, and then remove the rest and do a nice planting, probably along the edge of the road.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's, again, that's a funding issue.
yeah. Oh, maybe we can just put some wildflower
Yeah.
seed or something
Always
down.
native wildflowers.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, I don't have any questions. Thanks, Steve. Any other questions from commissioners?
Just one quick one, Steve.
Yep.
Which way is the sidewalk sloping, towards the road or towards the pond?
You know, we try to go towards the road. There may be one location here, because of the proximity, as we're getting towards the slope, we might have to reverse pitch it. Just, because you pick up a couple inches doing that.
Okay. just
But in
curious.
general, no, towards the gutter.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, no, okay. Can I get a motion, please?
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the application for permit from the town of Rocky Hill, care of Raymond Carpentino, town manager, to construct 841 linear feet of sidewalk, replace pond outlet structure, replacement of 30-inch culvert, and associated outfall maintenance located at east side of Hayes Road, 775 feet south of Westerly Terrace and Hayes Pond, parcel ID number 08-0. I'm sorry. Parcel ID number 08-184.
Okay, do I have a second?
When do we, friendly?
You can't.
can I do a friendly amendment, or is that after we second?
You have to second.
Second. Now you can do a friendly amendment. Discussion? Go ahead.
Yeah, to add a friendly amendment, a condition to get the appropriate other permits and approvals that might be needed for if work is, is other work in wetlands or below the ordinary water line of the pond. Do we want to ask, sorry, this is not part of the amendment, I'm asking discussion. Do we want to have him confirm anything about making sure the sidewalk is designed, graded appropriately so that it flows into the existing culverts and stormwater systems that are present? Or do we just, are we okay with that they'll do the best they can?
I think we're okay. You
Okay.
can go through, Dave, if there's any problems or anything.
May I
Go ahead.
ask a question?
Sure.
Just to clarify?
Yeah.
Would this motion be to accept the application or to approve it? Because this,
It's just the opening,
yeah, this is.
yeah,
the-
this is just
Right.
the opening
Do
meeting.
accept it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Then I need to amend what I said. I think I said approve.
Yeah, so we're going to change it to accept the application.
Okay.
Okay? Any other further discussion?
I would just when you come back next time, just double check about the NDDB, check with the surveyor, whoever, if we're below the, well, I think it looks like your flared end is in the wetlands, so you'll need to just get that square footage and submit it on a form to the Army Corps. Hopefully, because you're clearing trees, you don't have to do anything associated with like the bats or whatever. This is what I do for my job, so I have to do this all day long, but I think if you get the form, you should be okay. And then if everyone else is fine with everything else, that's all I would add.
Okay. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed, no. Okay, so we have accepted it, so go for it. Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is actions taken, minutes presented for approval for May 14th, 2025. Have a motion, please.
Motion to approve the minutes from May 14th, 2025.
Second.
Okay, on discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Opposed? None. Okay. Discussion, the plan of conservation and development.
No action.
Okay. Various projects.
The sidewalks for Washington Road, I believe were awarded.
Bid's been open, but hasn't been awarded, waiting for council.
Okay. There was, Phase 1 of Century Hills sidewalks is out to bid currently.
What, if I could, what are we doing up in there at Century Hills for sidewalks? Is it within the complex, or is it,
Oh, no,
or is it
within the
going?
right-of-way of Century Hills Drive,
Oh, okay.
town right-of-way.
Oh, okay, okay.
And now, I received a call yesterday about trucks entering the landfill, the former landfill down on Meadow Road.
Oh, boy.
And I went out there, and one of the owners, Mr. Lyschatz, was spreading millings on a driveway. He explained that he was repairing the road, the existing asphalt milling roadway that's in there. He was preparing that to haul in fill from a project nearby. And I cautioned him on any work within the upland review area, as well as a special use permit being required for if he brings in more than 250 cubic yards from planning and zoning. I reached out to his engineer, and he was unaware of the activities taking place. They have not heard or resolved anything with the DEP. And I've had many of the interested parties reaching out to me since yesterday afternoon. And Great Meadows Trust copied me on an email. Their attorney is trying to reach DEP And David McKeegan, who had been overseeing the efforts for DEEP, has apparently retired. So, Mr. Lyschatz was in this afternoon. I wasn't available, but he's looking to meet. And I can meet with him, but, you know, he needs to follow the lead of his LEP and engineers. And any activity really should have a plan of what he's doing, and, you know, hopefully it doesn't cause any more aggravation with his DEP permitting
Right.
and enforcement order that they have against him.
And unfortunately, we can't enforce that.
Until he violates something, I
Exactly,
can't
exactly.
do anything. I'm trying to caution him.
Yep. But right now, he is staying away from the upland review area. He's not.
He's working on a driveway
Okay,
down
so
at the
he's on
bottom of Meadow Road.
Okay, okay,
Tomorrow, I'm gonna go up and confirm. Yesterday, I was out there and there was nothing going on up top. I'll confirm that again tomorrow, and I'll just have to continually monitor it.
yeah, let's keep an eye on it. So make sure he's, yeah, behaving himself.
That's all I have.
Okay, open space,
I don't have anything to report.
legislation?
Well, there was a flurry of activity. The only bill I'm aware of doesn't necessarily touch on wetlands was the House Bill 5002, which passed and went to be signed by the governor, and now he's asking for revisions that had a lot to do with zoning.
Is that the one where they can start construction before they get zoning approval?
It allows multiple unit dwellings as of right in a commercial zone, 1 to 9 dwellings as of right in a commercial zone. Eliminates parking requirements, and many other things. It started as a bill regarding the homeless, and then I think it was 93 addendums were added to it.
Housing has become a big issue in New England. Connecticut's not the only state that's pushing for housing.
Conferences?
Nothing to report.
Okay, correspondence, communications?
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Chair. Can I ask a quick question about A?
Go ahead.
So the Plan of Conservation and Development, there's a Plan Implementation Committee, and this committee is supposed to have representatives from each of the
Yes, we're gonna need
boards
to,
and
we're gonna
commissions.
need to appoint a new representative for the committee. I think we're kind of waiting for the new Plan of Conservation and Development to be approved this month. And then I think the town planner was gonna reach out, probably through me, to the chairwoman, seeking a representative from this
Okay.
commission.
Thank you.
Okay. Just to put it out there so I have an idea, do I have any volunteers for that?
I'm interested.
Okay, all right. Correspondence, communications, anything?
Nothing to report.
Other business? None. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Okay. Discussion? None? All in favor? Aye.
Hey.